I don't know, 5 or 6 wins on the year. He just has 3, but run support's been a problem for him.
Brian Roberts swings at the first pitch and pops it up to straightaway left center field, and an easy play out there for Franklin Gutierrez.
Taking a look at the numbers for Jared Washburn. See the ERA 3.45, just 16 walks and 57 innings pitched. Take a look at the defense behind him tonight. You have Valentin, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. Across the infield, it's Beltre, Bedcourt, Lopez, and Branyan. Rob Johnson had the day off yesterday. He's back behind the dish today, and Jared Washburn is on the mound.
And here's the ex-Mariner, Adam Jones, just having a great year with Baltimore taking a strike at the knees. 0-1 to count, hitting .344 with 11 home runs, 36 RBIs, and 3 for 7 against Jared Washburn. The Orioles are touting this young man as the next superstar in the American League. That's how happy they are with Adam Jones. He's still only 23 years of age. And that takes down low and inside, ball 2, 2-1 to count. Former Mariner #1 draft choice, of course, picked up from the Mariners in the Eric Bedard deal. And a change is low and outside. The count goes to 3 balls and a strike on the young man from San Diego, Adam Jones. And that is a strike, about letter high. On deck, Nick Markakis. Back and out of play. The Orioles coming off a fine homestand, their best homestand of the year, 5-2. However, they lost the final 2 games of that homestand, so they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they have been struggling on the road. They're 7-15 on the road. Broken bat, line drive, foul down the left field line.
Split his bat right in half all the way down the barrel of the bat. Jared throwing him some 2-seamers away, and then finally came inside with a cut fastball and shatters his bat, gets it off the label.
Adam Jones, Mike, is not a skinny kid anymore. He is really filled out. He's got some muscle on him now.
And you could really see that coming with him. I mean, he's always been a really good athlete, but he was such a young kid when he's in the Mariners organization. He had to feel that eventually he was going to.
And foul back and out of play. A personal favorite of ex-Mariner Mark McLemore. They both went to the same high school down in San Diego, and McLemore visited him before he was drafted by the Mariners. He's found a home in Baltimore. Battling and battling, fouls that pitch back. He's got his brother here with him and his cousin, both wearing Oriole jerseys with number 10 on the back. And a high pop-up this time. And scrambling back, catcher running out of room, Bob Johnson. So a 10-pitch at bat so far for Adam Jones.
I thought it was interesting today. You were talking about some of his family that's here. And he brought him out on the field when the Mariners were taking BP. And next thing you know, they were all taking pictures with Junior.
Yeah, right. There they are. And that's in on his hands. Fights it off again. Put him at bat.
After Roberts flew out on the first pitch that he saw, Jared was thinking maybe he can get through this first inning without having to throw a lot of pitches, but Adams making him work.
And a 12-pitch walk for Adam Jones. What an at bat as he trots down to first base. And Nick Markakis. Nick Markakis is a real leader on this ball club. As a matter of fact, Markakis, during the offseason, signed a 6-year, $66.1 million contract during the offseason. Markakis hitting .298. Swing and a miss. He was a pitcher for Greece in the '04 Olympics and had a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. But he's turned into an outstanding outfielder. Got a great arm. Tied for the league lead in assists. And a pop-up. And an easy play out there. Vladimir Valentin takes care of it. 2 down. The Mariners' problems last year, and it was a disaster, I think we will all agree, really started against this club. After their first homestand, they went to Baltimore, kind of licking their chops a little bit, and got swept in 4 games. And it was all downhill from there.
It was a miserable time. The guys lost all 4 of those games. It was really cold in Baltimore. There was really nothing good about it. And you're right, Dave. I think that's exactly what happened. Maybe coming out of spring training, looking at the schedule. I know I was certainly guilty of looking at it thinking, well, they should have a good time of it in Baltimore, and it didn't go that way at all.
1-0 on Aubrey Huff. Jumped after a pitch. It was up around his shoulders, and the count 1-1. This guy's been a tough out for the Mariners when they played Tampa Bay, Baltimore. He's raked them pretty well.
Well, the good news for the Mariners is he's struggled this year against left-handed pitching. And Jared's done a nice job against left-handed hitters this year.
And a high fly ball hit into fairly deep right center field and back on the warning track up against the wall to make the catch out there. Franklin Gutierrez. That long gliding path to a deep fly ball for the 3rd out. Orioles don't score. Mariners coming up. Mariners send this lineup to the plate.
Leading things off, it'll be Ichiro, that's Bedcourt, Beltre, Sweeney, Branyan, Lopez, Valentin, Johnson, and Gutierrez hitting 9th. Take a look at Hill and his numbers. Pretty high ERA, just 14 innings pitched. You see the 9 walks. He can get wild.
Ichiro, what a game he had yesterday. 4 hits, a couple of doubles, and of course extended his hitting streak to 24 straight games and takes his pitch high and inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Mariners saw Hill a couple of years ago. He worked 6 innings against them in a Cub uniform, and that pitch is lined into left field, and that's going to fall down for a 25-game hitting streak. Ichiro to second base, will pull up there, and he's heading for 3rd. The throw goes back to second base, and Ichiro, seeing where the throw went, just takes the extra base. Heads up base running by Ichiro, who turns what should have been a stand-up double into, I guess, a triple.
Take a look at it, just a solid base hit. He's been stinging the ball lately, just a line drive. Reimold out in left field has a tough time with it, takes a bad angle to it, it gets by him. So at this point, you know it's going to be an easy double. But the shortstop went over as the cutoff guy towards third, and he throws it into second base for some reason, so Ichiro just takes off.
And the error is given to Nolan Reimold, the rookie left fielder, for his throw as Unieski Betancourt takes high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. So Ichiro equals his club record string of 25 games in a row he established a couple of years ago, and continues to just beat a tattoo on that baseball. What a month of May he had, and here he is starting off June the same way. A breaking ball for a strike to Betancourt, the count at a ball and a strike. And that breaking ball popped up, and that won't get the job done. As Brian Roberts drifts back and makes the easy catch. And the Mariners have had problems in this situation all year long.
Yeah, it really showed up yesterday. They had a couple of chances. They had leadoff doubles and bunted them over and couldn't get the runner in with less than 2 outs. Right now the Orioles are going to play their infield back. See if Adrian Beltre can find a pitch out over the plate that he can hit back up the middle.
Getting only 232, but that's not what he's done lately. In his last 10 games, he's hitting 349 and showing signs of crawling out of it. And that slow breaking ball is high. Rich Hill, a native of New England, born in Boston, makes his home in Massachusetts, in Milton, Massachusetts. And too high and outside with that fastball.
Saw what he did on the road trip, 346. A couple of RBIs.
And backing out of play. Got a good pitch. A 2-0 pitch to drive and popped it back.
Hill will not overpower you. That last fastball on a 2-0 pitch was just 89 miles an hour. Really have to think up the middle the other way. Off him throws a lot of slow breaking balls. There's another fastball.
It'll be interesting to see how the Mariners respond tonight after, without a doubt, their toughest loss of the year yesterday.
Oh, no question about it. Have a 7-run lead and end up coughing it up.
Ah, it's a bad pitch. So now you can't score on an out. And almost another visit from the devil, it looks like. Maybe it won't be.
Well, those 2 fastballs to Adrian were up, and then that one's just a waste pitch up out of the zone, and Adrian chases it.
Mike Sweeney getting the start against the left-hander tonight as the designated hitter. Taking high, ball one. Low breaking ball. Yankees win tonight against Cleveland 5-2. I don't know if they played an errorless game or not. They had 17 consecutive errorless games going into that game. Cleveland tonight. And Sweeney pops it up. Aubrey Huff is there, and you have to grit your teeth, keep from saying dirty words. Runner left at third. As we go to the second, no score. here against Mr. Washburn. And taking a strike over the outside corner. It's been 11 long years of futility for the Baltimore Orioles since they have finished over 500. But they're on the right path, I think. They've got some awfully good young talent. The next pitch is down low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, we talked about it. They have Adam Jones and then Markakis, as you mentioned. They wrapped him up for a long contract. Scott looks like a pretty good hitter. Wieters, they just called up. Everybody's been raving about this young man. We'll see what he has over the course of the next 3 days.
Two and two. And a fly ball lazily hit into right field, and an easy catch out there for Ichiro. So 1 down, and Luke Scott, who is today named the American League Player of the Week for last week. See what he did. He had 6 home runs.
Wow.
An average of 444, 14 RBIs. I would say he earned it.
I would say that qualifies.
Man, what a week he had. Overall hitting .325. And that's pulled down the right field line into the corner. That's going to be off the fence. And it'll be a long, long single for Luke Scott. Another 2 feet higher. It's out of here.
That was a nice play by Ichiro, though. Scott hits this one right on the button. It's just a line drive into the corner. It's the middle of the wall, and Ichiro makes a nice play getting it back in quickly to hold him to a single.
I said 2 feet, maybe 5 feet higher.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here's a kid everybody's talking about. Mark Wieters. Kid out of Georgia Tech taking a strike, a switch hitter, just 23, 6'5", 230 pounds. He also was a pitcher at Georgia Tech. And Matt Wieters, who's a pitcher at Georgia Tech also, and a swing and a foul back, 0-2 the count. And the Orioles expecting great things from this kid. He says he's a natural born leader. He has 2 hits. He's yet to get his first single. He's got a triple and a double. Dave Tremblay, beginning his 2nd year as a skipper of the Orioles. Took over for Sam Perlazzo a couple of years ago. Sammy, first last year here as a 3rd base coach. Now in Philadelphia. Down on the dirt.
Really nice play by Rob Johnson. That ball in front of him.
Balls and 2 strikes. Last year named Baseball America's Player of the Year, the #1 prospect in Major League Baseball. Recipient of the Brooks Robinson Award as the O's Minor League Player of the Year. And a swing and a miss. So he's down on strikes. The Mariners and the Diamondbacks face off on Saturday, June the 20th. And the first 15,000 fans are going to receive a Ken Griffey Jr. T-shirt thanks to Trader Joe's. You won't want to miss this giveaway featuring one of the most popular players in Mariners and baseball history. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. The right-handed bat of Nolan Raimo. Only his 17th game. He has a 6-game hitting streak, and he's already hit 5 home runs. One ball, 1 strike to count. Raimo at AAA Norfolk this year, hitting .394 with 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. So a lot of the fruit is ripening for the Baltimore Orioles. They've got youth. They've got a lot of pop. They get some young pitching to go with it. And that's down low. 2-1 to count. Congratulations to Jamie Moyer.
Yes. 250 wins for Jamie. Took him a little while. How many?
6.
Six tries to get it, but he's there now.
And a base hit to right field. Raimo, nice stroke into right field to send Luke Scott down to second.
A little inside out swing, the right side wide open, jams him a little bit. Kind of flips it through the right side. Solid base hit.
Well, the Mariners thought they had heard the name Ichiro enough for a while. It was last night or yesterday afternoon, Masahiro Ichiro, who walked in the 9th inning to start the problems in that disaster down in Anaheim. And now, lo and behold, here's his older brother Cesar Ichiro, as he will step up to the plate, the shortstop of the Orioles. 2 on, 2 out. And an easy 2-hopper. Quick 2 steps, 3 steps maybe by Lopez to the bag at second. The inning is over. Couple of hits, but a couple left. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Folks, nice to see those banners. Nice to be home for at least a week, as the slow breaking ball to Branyan is a strike. Russell Branyan is the top night hitter in the league. He's hitting .394 at night.
Right now he's going to have to hit it through the shift. Roberts, the second baseman, is playing shallow right field on him. Take a look at it. Roberts way out there in right. One and 2 on the big guy.
Rich Hill, 29. And slow stuff, high and tight. And another slow breaking ball. It's hit a mile deep with a mild foul.
And Russell starting to see the baseball pretty good on the road trip. He hit 471, has his average up over 320 now. You can see that slow breaking ball just out in front of it.
And a little bit foul that time on the ground. Sidearmed him that time.
Sidearm breaking balls because he's just 70 miles an hour.
Another slow breaking ball, high and inside. Nice at bat. Brandon. And maybe the man who's been hitting the ball the hardest the last 3 or 4 days consistently has been Jose Lopez.
He's hit some home runs down in Anaheim. Big home run on Saturday night. 3-run home run to tie it in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
I guess if you want to be philosophical about yesterday's loss, it's hard to be. But the one Saturday night is a game you probably should have lost, and you won. Yesterday's a game you should have won, but you lost.
The hard part about that is you're probably right on Saturday night, but some heroics by Lopez, and then the guys coming back and winning it in extra innings.
Absolutely.
So you do, as a team, you feel like you stole one. There's no question about that. But then you had the chance for the sweep, Dave. That's kind of the way the guys think. They come back in the day, give them a chance for a sweep, and just didn't work out.
Would-haves, could-haves.
Yeah, that's
don't
right.
do anything, do they? And a one-hopper. Double play ball. And easily turned by the Birds. And Vladimir Valentin, who has been doing extraordinary work in the batting cages. He's been spending about an hour a day in the batting cages on the road. Trying to, if not retool his swing, refine his swing.
I think it's more of refining it, and he's done a better job of laying off of some breaking balls, and he went through a period where he was swinging the bat pretty well. He's been struggling a little bit lately. But, the biggest thing with him is he has really good power to right center field. He can get himself to stay on the ball a little bit longer. Not worry about pulling it. He should be in pretty good shape, but it's a growing process that you go through, and he's going through it now.
There's Alan Cockrell, a hitting coach who spent a lot of time with him, and that change is high and outside. And 4 in a row missed by Rich Hill. Rob Johnson, again, the catcher tonight. And Guillermo Quiroz in his 09 debut yesterday.
Did a nice job.
He did.
For the base hit, drove in a couple of runs. I thought he did a nice job behind the plate.
You can find Guillermo Quiroz's picture in the media guide. To the Baltimore Orioles media guide. He was an invitee to the Oil camp.
Just saw a picture of Kenji over in the dugout. He'll be out for a while. There he is.
1-1. And it changed that time. Only 81 miles an hour. Hill's not a fireballer anyway.
No, he's 89 miles an hour. And I've already seen him throw one of his breaking balls. A little sidearm breaking ball was at 70.
Swing and a miss. So Washington 8-0 over Florida as this inning ends, and the Huskies will win away from the national collegiate champions in softball. And here we have no score after 2. Who am I? Question. I was the first to be called the world's greatest athlete at the Olympic Games. 5 years later, I had the game-winning hit in baseball's only 9-inning double no-hitter. Well, if he had the hit, it wouldn't be a double no-hitter then, would it? Breaking ball down low and inside, ball one. One ball and no strikes. What Olympic Games? That might give you a clue.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't. And there's a line drive right to second base. So Brian Roberts is again and out. Wasn't Jesse Owens called the world's greatest athlete at one time when he ran in the Berlin Olympics in 1936?
I don't know. I think that
Ohio State, but I don't think he played baseball.
How about world's greatest athlete? How about Jim Thorpe?
Jim Thorpe, yeah.
He was in the Olympics, played some football too. What do you think?
And baseball. Down low and outside. Two 2-0 on Adam Jones. He has a lot of fans here. Made a lot of friends in the short time he was with the Mariners. Always a nice kid to see with a smile on his face in the clubhouse. Always eager to learn. And you could see he was going to be an outstanding star. There is relatives, his brother, and I think his cousin. Broken bat. Right by the left ear, or the right ear of Jared Washburn. That court throws him out. Well, that was close.
And I don't think Jared saw it at all until the bat went past him. Shatters Jones's bat. Take a look at it. And then Jared turns around and is watching the ball until the bat goes by him, and then he flinches.
Bat was already by him. He had turned his head to watch the play. So Markakis the hitter now. 2-0 on him. And that's going to be back into the stands down the left field line. Mariners finished May. They're glad to see May go with an 11-18 mark after a 13-9 April. Strike at the knees. 2-2.
I think the biggest thing is you just have to hope that the bats are going to heat up, and I think that they're starting to. Adrian's swinging the bat much better. Jose Lopez is coming around again.
Behind the bag at second. Nice play by Union. And he pulls Aubrey Huff off the bag on the throw. So that'll be an error.
Take a look at a pretty easy play. Just a two-hopper up the middle. Has plenty of time to gather and throw, and he throws it wide, and Russell Branyan comes off the bag. You see how far the ball's out, even out of the picture.
So Aubrey Huff now the hitter. 9th error of the year for Yuniesky Betancourt. The Mariners lead the league in errors.
I think it's been a surprise. It felt like their defense was going to be one of their strong suits.
Huff takes that slow breaking ball outside.
Aubrey Huff hit the ball deep to right center field his first time up. Franklin Gutierrez was able to get over and make the catch. Gave it a pretty good ride, though.
And missed with that up and in. 2-0. The Mariners, their 42nd error of the year. Next closest to them, the Boston Red Sox with 33.
And the one thing is it not only puts a base runner out there, but it also starts to add to the pitch count of your starter.
Strike. White Sox leading the A's 6-2 in the 9th inning. At U.S. Cellular Field, we gave you the other American League game. The Yankees beating Cleveland 5-2. Only 3 games in the American League today. Popped up and trying to find it and finding it. The catcher, Rob Johnson, makes the catch. That takes care of the Birds. Nothing doing, an error and a man left. We go to the bottom of the stepping into the bottom half of the third here at beautiful Safeco Field on a beautiful evening. And as we do, stepping in is Franklin Gutierrez to start it off for the Mariners. Pitch misses high and outside, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes.
Hill's already walked a couple of Mariners in the game so far, and Gutierrez comes up on the 3-0 count. You would think that the second time through, the Mariners have a better idea. Basically has a decent fastball, 89, 90 miles an hour as he misses his third walk of the game. I think they're going to sit on some of that slow breaking balls and changeups.
All right, leadoff man aboard, and Mike, you've got a winner.
Yes, I do. Happy birthday, 95. About some rally prize. Good to see him out at the ballpark. I figured we'd get the prize away a little bit earlier tonight, get the guys going.
Cynthia's out there to make the presentation.
Think he can handle all those? It's okay to drop the sign. There you go.
Keith Hiller's his name.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy. Many more to come. Really mean that. From Iowa, we understand.
A traveler, too. There's somebody that'll help him out. Yes, sir.
That's one of his grandsons or great-grandsons with him. Breaking ball high and inside. Ball 2-0. Will you buy me some rally fries when I'm 95? I come out here?
You bet. You have to have a sign, though.
Comes to a game, we understand, every year on his birthday.
That's terrific.
Why don't you make a promise when he shows up next year, you'll give him another group of fries.
There you go. Done deal.
Two on Ichiro. 2-1. Look at Ichiro swing at that ball. Watching him take batting practice, it's an amazing experience to watch the way he continually goes to left field. He pitches like that. Just tries to lay the wood on the ball, drop it over third base, or hit soft line drives. Then he'll start working the diamond. He'll put it into left center, right center, then pull a few into the seats. And that one just a two-hopper, and not doubling up. But he reminds me so much of Edgar Martinez taking batting practice.
I would agree. Edgar would always start hitting the ball the other way. A lot of times they have a screen that they put up over at first base to protect the guy that's catching when the guys are taking practice on the infield during batting practice. And I can remember Edgar just peppering that screen over there, trying to stay inside the baseball and use the right side.
Uni lines it into left field for a base hit. So that'll move Ichiro down to second. All-Star balloting underway, and Ichiro and Jr. are vying for 2 of the 3 American League outfield spots. You can vote up to 25 times at mariners.com/vote. And you could win 4 tickets to an upcoming game here at Safeco Field. All-Star Club, plus 2 autographed baseballs, one signed by Ichiro, the other one by Ken Griffey Jr. Vote often at mariners.com/vote. Throwing a lot of junk, a lot of
change-ups and curveballs. Slow, and slower. Again, the only way that we're going to do much with him is try to hit the ball up the middle the other way, not try to pull him.
And over near the dugout, and leaning in and making the catch, Aubrey Huff. So 2 down. Let's give you the answer to our Aflac trivia question. I was the first to be called the world's greatest athlete at the Olympic Games. 5 years later, I had game-winning hit in baseball's only 9-inning double no-hitter, and you are right, Mr. Blowers. Jim Thorpe won the Olympic gold medal. He won a pentathlon and the decathlon gold medals in 1912 in the Stockholm Olympics. And then in 1913 he was stripped of both medals by the IOC. He was found out he played professional baseball, minor league baseball, in 1909 and 1910.
I wonder if they ever gave him his medals back.
Where'd he go to school?
I don't know.
Carlisle. Very famous college. Swing and a line drive foul down the left field line. I think Carlisle's in Pennsylvania.
I like the movie Jim Thorpe.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. And another slow backdoor breaking ball. Misses to Sweeney. 2-1.
You haven't seen it? Burt Lancaster?
No, I haven't. About his best gas, 89 miles an hour.
That's it. He's not overpowering at all. He elevates the ball. He throws a lot of high fastballs because he throws such a big, slow curveball. Tries to get you to chase the high fastball. We've seen some of the guys do that.
Full count. Now the runners get to take off. Sweeney on the shelf 2-3 days because of that bad backhand slide he made in Oakland. Good to see him back. Runners go. Pull down the third baseline foul.
The other thing that Hill is showing the guys is when he's behind in the count, he's still not afraid to throw his curveball or his changeup. He won't give in and just give you a fastball to hit. There you go, buddy. Keep that ball.
Glad you came to the ball game, aren't you? That's right. Breaking ball, and he struck him out on the curve, and down goes Mike Sweeney. Down go the Mariners. They leave 2 more aboard, and as we move it to the 4th inning of play, there is still no score.
his curveball. Looks like it's just dropping out of the sky. And he was in a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but the Mariners runner on third with nobody out. Couldn't get the runner in. Right now 0 for 5 with men in scoring position. I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but Jared Washburn's on the mound.
The rest of the sentence goes, he's not getting any run support.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Man, it's unbelievable. Melvin Mora leading off for the Orioles, 2-0. Fly it out to right in his first at bat. Roberts and Mora have the 2 highest batting averages against the Mariner pitchers. This Oriole ball club, 341 for Mora, 350 for Roberts. As you call it, strike.
We saw Hill in Chicago a couple of years ago, and he seems like a different pitcher to me. I don't remember his breaking ball being quite that slow and big. It's a big, slow breaking curveball.
Here's the other thing that I don't remember. Maybe you can help me out on this. I don't remember him reaching back as much. You know, that in his windup.
Right.
I don't remember. It seemed like he's really dipping down and then coming back over the top. I don't seem to remember it being that pronounced. Here's a ground ball eaten up by Beltre at third, 1 down. Let's take a look at our Quest high speed pitch. Look at Jared Washburn getting the ball up there a lot faster than he has in the last couple of years. Hill depending more on that curveball. Here's Luke Scott. There's another guy. I don't think he made the trip to Houston 2 years ago, but Scott was a wrecking crew against the Mariners in Houston, and it has continued since he's moved on to Baltimore.
We were talking about him earlier, and he comes into this series. He's a hot hitter, American League Player of the Week. We showed his numbers, 444, hit 6 home runs last week, and he starts this week off with a double, or a single off the fence out. Ichiro was able to hold him to a single. Should have been a double, but he hit a bullet out there.
The one he hit and the one that Huff hit. Thank goodness we're in Safeco, because both of those are home runs at the bandbox that we know as Camden Yards, Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Good pitch, 1-2. Seeing a lot of the Orioles, 6 in the next 9 games, and then they'll be back here in Seattle July 6, 7, and 8. Happy June 1st, everybody.
Yes. How about this weather I ordered up for you?
I tell you what, compliments to the chef. Thank you very much. As Scott goes down, second strikeout. It does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yes. Let's take a look at this last pitch by Jared Washburn. Strikes out Scott. Nice job. We talked about it before. Left-handers hitting just 145 off of Jared.
Well, here's Matt Wieters, his second at bat tonight. Bouncing ball, foul. First hit a triple off of Justin Verlander in game number 2 that he played Saturday. Dave Tremblay said he's like Nick Markakis, a leader. And the guys sort of gravitate to him, and he's not one of these look at me, pound my chest kind of guys, but boy, he said he has got some talent. Beltre plays the hop nicely. Throws out Wieters. 1, 2, 3 in the 4th. Let's see, about a 44-cent postage stamp will go in that picture right there. Very nice night here in Seattle. like the great Dwayne Eddy bringing us back with that guitar. It sounds pretty good. It sounds like Rebel Rouser back in about 1959-60. Very good. Dwayne Eddy flavored there. I like that. Good piece of music. Take me out to the ball. You have no idea who Dwayne Eddy is.
Which is it, 59 or 60?
Yeah, I think it's 59.
And you're right, I have no idea.
A great guitarist. And that was his signature sound as Brennan tops one. Hill will take it. And take it himself. One out. One of your kids Google Dwayne Eddy and then just click on a sample a song. It's good stuff. George Sherrill. Old Austin P. Governor. Same alma mater as our GM, Jack Zarensik. George started the season as the closer. Had a little stretch where he wasn't going real well. Dave Tremblay said, so I think maybe we'll have to get somebody else to close. Boy, the next few times George came back, boom, strike one, strike two. He's been very effective since then. Jose Lopez. One down here in the Mariners' fourth. No score. How about these Orioles? Remember last year, Mariners take 2 of 3 here at home against the Rangers. As Lopez pops one up, that'll get out of play. Feeling good, going East Coast, 4 games with Baltimore, lousy weather. What happens? Sweepage.
Yeah, and I think everybody, myself included, figured they were going to go into Baltimore, do some work, get off to a really good start, and that was it. They went in there, really struggled. Things went south from there.
Fouled off. And I was right. January '59, the debut album of the great Dwayne Eddy.
Well, the thing about it is I didn't doubt you at all. I just didn't want you on the fence. I figure if I pressed you on it, you'd get it right. I just wanted you to pick one.
That's right. In 1994, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. I remember seeing his stuff last year. We had that off day in Cleveland. I finally got to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was wonderful. And my wife had a great point. She says, boy, a lot of these guys, you can tell a lot of these guys weren't jocks. Ground ball to his tours. Couldn't believe. Same here. I mean, a lot of guys are like 5'5", 5'3", but they play some guitar, play some music. That's because they had a lot of the costumes and everything there. And the other great song that Dwayne Eddy did, Peter Gunn, written by Henry Mancini. And I think at some point, maybe tonight, we'll have something we'll probably go to or come from a break with Peter Gunn. It could be the Henry Mancini big band version, or it could be the Dwayne Eddy. It doesn't matter either way. I told I'll have to do it myself going to break.
I think we're all looking forward to that.
Mark Engelbrick, our director, he's back, boys and girls. You'll have to do it yourself, pal.
I hope he enjoyed his weekend off.
2-1 to Ballantine, who walked his first time. Big swing and a miss. Piece of it, actually. 2-2. Don Wakamatsu, I said, how did yesterday's game go down for you? Yesterday, I saw him briefly. He said, just say it tore my heart.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Up 6-1.
Tough on everybody.
Oh, 6-1. Was it 6-0, 8-1?
Well, one of the things we were talking about earlier, though, the guys came back and stole one on Saturday, so Angels just decided to return the favor.
That they did, as Ballantine really frustrated with himself, throwing his bat down 1, 2, 3. Hill and Washburn matching zeros here at Safeco. drift for a base hit. It's Nolan Remold, the left fielder, leading off out of the 8-hole here in the 5th inning. Let's take a look at our Banner Bank building to the future. Josh Fields, #1 pick a couple of years ago out of the University of Georgia, pitching for West Tennessee, AA ball, 12 games, 11 innings, 7 hits, 11 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Speaking of recent happenings in college baseball, I want to tip my cap to Austin Wood, left-hander for the University of Texas, 13 innings of relief. Say, Michael, here's a double play ground ball. Lopez, Betancourt, Branyan, got him. Nicely done. His tourist down the line quickly. Quick 2 outs here for the Mariners.
Ball not hit real hard, but Lopez does a nice job on this one. Gets rid of it quickly to Betancourt. Easy exchange. Take a look at it. It's pretty close at first.
Sturz getting
nice
down.
Turn.
The University of Texas, Austin Wood, look at that. 13 innings, 169 pitches in relief. That is unreal. 25 innings, 7 hours plus.
I don't know who was throwing relief for Boston College, but he was doing pretty good too.
That's crazy. 2 outs, top of the order. Brian Roberts is 0 for 2. Lined out to Lopez last time. You mentioned he's got a .350 career average against the Mariners entering tonight. Way outside, and in Texas, they advanced to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. A game-winning grand slam in the 9th
against Army.
Against the
they were actually behind in the 9th inning, came back and tied it, and then hit the grand slam to win it.
Good for Army. I didn't realize Army was having such a good year in baseball.
See a couple of fastballs in the middle of the plate. 2 outs, being very aggressive with Roberts, trying to keep him off the bases.
Good player here. First in runs scored in the American League. One of the toughest to double up as well. 1 and 2. Changeup pulled foul. For the Mariners at 3 games under 500. That's why that game yesterday really bites you. Could have been 25 and 26. They're looking at this homestand to get to and get beyond. They still get beyond 500, obviously. But that would have been a good momentum kind of deal. Would have made them 8-5 against the Angels. Here's the 1-2 down low. Baltimore lost its last 2 to Detroit. Prior to that, they'd won 5 consecutive ball games. Swept Toronto. You know, you got Russell Brandon's got to get a new piece of leather.
Looks like stitches in the webbing of his glove busted. These guys will always have a backup somewhere in there. I don't know if they'll have it in the dugout or if it's up in the tunnel, but they have their gamer, which he takes out there every day. But during batting practice, when they take their grounders, they usually break in another glove or 2, so they'll have a backup somewhere.
They got to go upstairs to get it right now. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Minnesota comes in this weekend. We'll see Joe Mauer and company. And then off day Monday to Baltimore, Colorado, and San Diego. Geographically, that's a heck of a trip.
What new?
Yeah, right. Swing and a miss, and down goes Roberts and takes it out of his bat and helmet. So no score. Washburn and Hill. Mariners home fifth. Johnson, Gutierrez, and Ichiro against Hill. Rob Johnson struck out on 3 pitches his last time up, his first time up. There's that breaking ball again, 1-1. Hill at 6'5", 205. Out straight back. Comes in off a couple of no decisions. His only win at Kansas City back on May 16th. There's that curveball, backhanded by his tourist. Throws over to Huff for the first out. Tourist, a teammate with Adrian Beltre with the Dodgers not too long ago. One down here in the 5th. I'll bring up Gutierrez. There's Rich Hill's pitch count. The approach right now looks like go up there, sit on the curveball. The fastball's not overwhelming.
No, his fastball is just 89 miles an hour, but he's throwing a lot of them up in the zone. And I think he throws them up there on purpose because where his curveball is starting, it's high and then he's breaking it in there. And then with his windup, as you were talking about his delivery, you see it, but then you pop it up.
Exactly what he did. Reimold is out there. A lot of hang time, 2 down. Top of the order, and that'll bring up Ichiro. Wasted little time. Second pitch he saw, he doubled to left field, and that got his hitting streak up to 25, and that ties his club record. Take a look at our Firestone leaderboard at Ichiro's longest hit streaks. He does have a bunch. 04 in 21, 21 again in 01. Hitting the ball hard too. It's about the last 6 games. Really hit the ball hard, not just a little. And they all count when he gets those little infield hits and those little.
Well, they all count, but he has 22 infield hits, and I think at the beginning of this streak, I don't think he was swinging the bat particularly well. And to your point, he was getting a lot of those, some of the little flares in the left. But as he's moved along, he's starting to sting it. We saw him hit the home run down in Anaheim, and today he hits the ball hard. And the ball that he's hitting out to left field, like he did today for the double, he's hitting it on a line now. He's not just flipping it out there.
There's a called strike. He was a triple away from a cycle yesterday.
Thought he had a chance his last at bat.
Yeah. Gets foul. Ball and 2 strikes.
He hit a double. Thought maybe he was going to try to stretch it out to a triple, but there it is, another high fastball.
1-2. Drop down. That's about the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Hill drop down on left-handers like that.
Really takes a lot off of that pitch. That one's 72. The one he threw to Brandon was 70 miles an hour.
Japanese journalists getting all they want from Ichiro. Here's it. One hopper to his tourist, gets rid of it quickly. And the Mariners are going quickly in the 5th. That is 6, 7, 8 in a row retired by Rich Hill in a 0-0 game. Money Tree. Visit MoneyTreeInc.com for a location near you. Money Tree. Choices are good. That's Dwayne Eddy. Peter Gunn. Song debuted 1960. Written by Henry Mancini. Great TV show. Craig Stevens, lead role of Peter Gunn, private investigator. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Trivial Pursuit. I'll take sports and recreation.
I can't believe those guys took you off the hook. I thought you were going to have to hump it for us tonight.
Boys, thank you very much. Yeah. Adam Jones having one heck of a year. Broken bat's his third broken bat. And all three have gone airborne. One went over Washburn's head. He didn't see it till it landed. He had one go toward, another one towards Beltray, now this one towards, holy mackerel. Watch Beltray's reaction. No, I'm not going to mess with that. Wow.
These guys go out on the road. They take X amount of bats with him. I have a feeling he's going to be using some of his teammates by the end of this road trip.
1-2, Adam Jones. On a line, Valentine retreats, can't get it. One hop off the fence. He didn't dig it, come hard out of the box. They're going to play! They don't get him! Oh, brother. Two-base hit. Jones turned it into a two-base hit. He didn't exactly bust it out of the box.
No, he didn't. I think he was wondering if this ball was going to be caught by Valentine, so he's watching the play. Take another look at it. Valentine has a strong arm. He can play right field. Nice play off the wall. Gets it in plenty of time. Just a good slide by Jones, diving to the inside part of the bag.
Jones had a 12-pitch at bat, a walk in the first inning, grounded to short in the third, and now this double. Leading off the sixth inning. Tough hitter in Markakis. Markakis flied out to left, reached on an error by Betancourt back in the third. This young man among the leaders in doubles. 16 tied fifth. It's locked him up to a long contract, 6 years. 1-1. The Orioles right fielder. Top 10 RBI guy, and last year led the American League, 17 assists. Right field spot. 1-1. Line drive, center field. Gutierrez backhand. They'll hold Jones at third. Throw comes all the way in. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Coming up tomorrow, game 2 of this 3-game set. Eric Bedard against David Hernandez. Hernandez with a 1.59 ERA, and Bedard will be facing his former team. That brings up Aubrey Huff. Huff, the first baseman, having a very solid year. He was the Orioles team MVP last year. Silver Slugger Award as a DH, the best DH in the American League. Driven to center field and deep. Going back, Gutierrez at the track. He makes the catch. Jones will score. Markakis tags. He comes into second, and he's in there safely. 1-0 Baltimore, and a close play at second. RBI for Huff, his 39th. And that's the second time he's taken Gutierrez to the track.
We'll take a look at it. Gutierrez with a good arm in center field makes a great throw back into second base. He knows Markakis is tagging. You can see he beats the throw in. Good base running by Markakis.
So 1-0 Orioles. One out here in the sixth. There's Melvin Moore. Fly out to right, ground out to third. So Adam Jones, boy, that is a 5-tool player. able to go from 0 to 60 really quickly and slide in safely with a double. Markakis a single, and he tags on that sac fly that scores Adam Jones. Now Washburn 2-0 to Melvin Mora. Adam Jones been for 3 bats already.
Well, he has first base open. You have left-hand hitter Scott standing on deck. And then the young man that just called up Wieters after him. So
Wieters switch hitter.
Yeah.
There's strike 2 and 1.
I didn't think he would give in to Mora. Throws him a 2-0 changeup. Didn't want to groove him a fastball.
Washburn's last time out against the A's. Last starting with 6 innings, left with a 2-0 lead. Wednesday, and Mariners bullpen could not hold it. Wind up losing in that contest. Actually, it was Tuesday, a 4-3 win by the Athletics. Here's his pitch count today. Pitch number 83, a 2-1 offer outside. Coach Scott's on deck, and he's 1 for 2. Markakis, good base runner at second base with 1 out. Three and 1 to Mora. Slicing fly ball short right field. Ichiro, no problem. And Ichiro shows off the gun. Beltre smothered it, backed up by Washburn. 2 down. 2 down here in the 6th. The Mariners continue interleague play. The Diamondbacks visit Safeco Field Friday, June 19th. First 20,000 fans receive a Brendan Morrow bobblehead. It's thanks to UW Medicine and FSN. Visit mariners.com/bobble for tickets. 2 outs and a tough lefty hitter in Luke Scott. Somewhere out there we were searching for, in search of Brendan Morrow. I guess there he is. He just got up. So 2 outs here in the 6th. First run of the ball game. Sac fly from Aubrey Huff. Well, Mariners have had their chances. They left the runner on in the 1st, 2nd, and 2 in the 3rd. Got Ichiro to 3rd. And then they had another runner at Ichiro at 3rd again. That was in the 3rd inning. 1st and 3rd couldn't get them home. Something off of that one. 1-1.
That's a good breaking ball.
Washburn get out of this. They get limited damage to 1 run. Hit to right field, backing up Ichiro, coming up on the track, and he makes the catch. Scott, nice easy swing, drove that a long way. 1-0 Baltimore. Bottom of the sixth. Coming up, the Mariners on the short end right now. Baltimore leads it 1-0. Aubrey Huff's sacrifice fly, top of this inning. Plated the only run here in the sixth against Rich Hill. Will be Betancourt, Beltre, and Sweeney. 2, 3, and 4. Big breaking ball, misses ball one. Betancourt popped out to second. Third inning, first pitch swinging, singled to left field. Ball 2, 2-0. Hill has done a heck of a job retiring 3, 6, 10 in a row. There's a strike. Two and 1 to Uni. Big curveball misses. 3 balls and a strike. Check, that was 8 in a row that Hill has retired. See if Uni can get something here. 3 and 1. Pops it up. Playable. Here comes Mora. He'll take charge. Makes the catch in foul territory. 1 down. Mariners trying to get something going. It's not happening right now. United Soccer League action. It's going to take the field this Thursday night. Portland Timbers take on the Montreal Impact. I wonder what that logo looks like. The Montreal Impact. From historic PGE Park in Portland, live coverage gets underway at 7 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. Here's Beltre. Beltre swung at a pitch, a 2-2 pitch, above his head and way outside to strike out in the first, and fouled out to the first baseman Huff, who reached over the railing in front of the Mariner dugout. Told that Montreal Impact has the Canadian Maple Leaf logo with a over a soccer ball. I was wondering how you could do that. And team colors gray and blue. Sort of gray and blue. It sounds like the Montreal Alouettes. Canadian Football League as Beltre looks at another bender. Boy, get ahead, get him out. Curveball for Rich Hill tonight. He's got 4 strikeouts. He's walked 3. Working quickly. That's popped up. That's going to get out of play, though. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Baltimore Orioles 68-93 last year. Last place in the American League East. 28.5 back of Tampa Bay. The 2-2 to Beltre. Now back up this way. Orioles at 6.5 games behind the Yankees starting today. Tough American League East. 2-2. Strike 3 called. 2 down here in the 6th. And that is the 5th strikeout for Rich Hill. Boy, he is dealing tonight. So the Yankees, they're rolling. They beat Cleveland tonight. Boston, Toronto. Toronto had been leading until about the last week or so. And Dave Tremblay, the Baltimore manager, said, hey, Tampa Bay still a really good ball club in spite of the fact that they've lost their shortstop and their second baseman. 2 down. Here's Mike Sweeney. Mike 0 for 2. Curveball for a strike. 1-1.
Heard Derek Jeter got his 2,600 hit. Tonight. Any doubt he's going to get 3,000?
Stays healthy too, boy. Plays hurt. Tough guy. He truly is the prince of the city of New York. Keeps his nose clean. Don't see anything, he does everything right.
He has been for a long time there, hasn't he?
Yeah, no question. There's that curveball again. 2-2.
69 miles an hour.
Let's start thinking back some of the great curveball guys. I mean, that's a slow curveball. See, he comes back 2-2. Mike was waiting for it that time.
Has a little bit better fastball than Jamie Moyer, but Jamie's changeup is right there in the 60s, upper 60s also.
Congratulations to Jamie.
Yep.
Picked up career win number 250 yesterday. "46 years old, still getting it done." 2-2 to Sweeney. Fastball. And that's skied to center field, Adam Jones. And Hill continues to roll through the Mariners. 6th inning, he's got a 1-0 lead. Del Mar over the $4.99 Mondo Burrito. By Metropolitan Appliance, the only appliance store you'll ever need. Now open on Sundays. And by Lithia, a better car buying experience starts at lithia.com. Beautiful night here in Seattle. 1-0 Baltimore on a 6th inning sacrifice fly by Aubrey Huff. Here's their young phenom catcher, Matt Wieters. Strikeout and a ground out so far tonight. Wieters 2 for 13 since his call up. So Chris Jakubauskas has gone from being in the bullpen to a starter, now being a long man in the bullpen.
Now was pitch number 90 for Jarrett, so this is probably his last inning, I would guess. Get out of this in good shape, and the guys will score some runs for him.
3-0 to Wieters. In there for a called strike. Jared Washburn has been a victim, non-support for a long time. Fastball fouled back. 3-2. Wieters coming in with impressive credentials. Nolan Reimold's on deck. Three-two to Wieters. Coming in here right above us. Mike Blowers was positioned under it, ready to make the catch.
Had it all the way. Did you notice 2 hands?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Take the listen to Sting, a little give.
Just didn't want to drop it. Just 2 hands.
Smoke to center field. Going back, Gutierrez makes the catch. Franklin Gutierrez with the catch. 1 down in the 7th. Goody center field crew. I like what they saw there. Coors Light freeze cam. Great jump as always, Mike.
Yeah, that's the key to everything that he does in the outfield. He has good speed, but he does 2 things, I think, really well. 1, he gets a good jump, and 2, he just knows where the ball's going to go, and you never see him take a zigzag route. He goes directly where the ball is going to come down. Does just a great job of that.
And the atom balls are always the tough one. Nice play. Look at our Coors Light freeze can.
Talking about him today before the game, and the thing I was saying is the line drives that are hit to center field right at him. A lot of guys just see him freeze. That's the toughest play to make, I think, for a center fielder, and he is really good. It seems like he reads it right away and gets a break in. He takes away more base hits on shallow line drives than I think just about anybody.
This one going to Ichiro, and he's got that covered. 2 down. Quick 2 outs to the 9-hole. We go Cesar Izturis. We can tell you that Little Leaguers, you know what? Get ready for Mariners Water Bottle Day. It's coming up on Sunday, June 7th. Mariners meet the Twins. All kids 14 and under take home a Mariners water bottle courtesy of Pepsi and QFC. So get your tickets right now at Mariners.com. That's this coming. And this youngster, boy, it looks like they are getting him focused in on baseball at a young age. You got to like that. That's coming up this Sunday. Schools are going to be letting out before long, eh? Izturis 0 for 2.
Probably a couple of weeks for most. I think 2 to 3 weeks they'll be out.
That's great. Get a lot of kids out here at the ballpark, maybe on a little more regular basis. 16,979 tonight for this first 3 against the Orioles. The 2-0. Hit hard to center field, base hit. Hardball Times regarding Franklin Gutierrez says that he has the best zone rating of all center fielders right now. That means he's getting to all outfielders, and he is getting to more balls probably than anybody out here.
No arguments from me.
Yep. Getting the job done. 2 outs, runner at first, back to the top of the order. And we got Brian Roberts. Roberts 0 for 3 this evening. He struck out in a 2-2 pitch back in the 5th. Fly ball right field. So Washburn's going to get through 7. He needs runs. 1-0 Orioles. He strands Izturis at first base. Coming up, Brendan Lopez and Ballantine. Another nice play by Franklin Gutierrez. Reminder, click it or ticket, day and night. And earlier we gave this gentleman in the white hair, Keith Hiller from the great state of Iowa. He's celebrating his 95th birthday. He was awarded some rally fries, and he comes from the great state of Iowa here to Seattle once a year for a ball game on his birthday. Happy birthday. 95 years young.
No surprise when they were delivered that his great grandson grabbed him and ran.
I saw that when I was over at radio. Come on, Grandpa deserves a couple. Come on, give a guy a break. Brandon Lopez and Ballantine here in the 7th. Brandon, #1 in the American League in batting average in night games, .394 in this contest. He's 1-1. All right, you got Hill here in the 7th. In terms of what you're going to do in terms of approach, how things change here as we look at Jim Johnson warming up.
Well, Russell's had a couple of really good swings on that slow breaking ball, so hopefully he'll hang him one like that. Ooh.
One hit one back, I think the first at bat, hit second deck, pulled it way foul, but boy, did he hit it hard. Got him out last time when Brandon was up. Tap right back to pitcher Hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. So full count here to Brandon. Big pitch here. And he got him on another slow curveball. Strikeout number 6. That is 12 in a row retired by Hill.
Well, he's shown this in hitters counts. He will not give in. He throws a pretty good breaking ball right there to Russell Brandon. Again, 72 miles an hour off the plate away. But he throws it. He pitches backwards, basically, Davey. You know, he's one of those guys where if he gets ahead of you, he'll try to pop a fastball in there. And if he's behind, he's going to go with his changeup for that big, slow breaking ball. And I think the hard thing is because it's such a big breaking ball, he's throwing enough high fastballs, it's tough to lay off that pitch. As a hitter, you see it real good. And because he doesn't throw hard, you swing at it. But that's why he has a lot of pop-ups.
1-1 to Lopez. You see that final there, best of 3 in the Women's College World Series, Washington. It's brought to you by Washington Lottery's Match 4. Foul. 1-2 to Lopez. Lopez with 3 hits yesterday. Big 3-run homer. Tie up Saturday's game. Fastball got in on his hands, able to get a piece of it. Lopez hit a home run in the 8th. That was on Friday night. Part of the Mariners' 5-2 victory at Anaheim. Here's the 1-2. Popped out, playable. Catcher Wieters has a beat on it. Makes the catch. 13 in a row for Rich Hill. Now Sean White is up and throwing. And Chris Jakubowskis, a couple of right-handers getting ready. $13 in a row retired by Rich Hill. There's Ballantine walking a strikeout tonight.
An idea on that high fastball. 8 fly ball outs for him tonight. You see his pitch count. 5 of them to the infield.
Big curveball again. Boy, you're right. Get ahead, stay ahead.
Well, hopefully 103. He's just about done. Try somebody else.
And then that fastball makes it look a lot quicker.
It really does. And he's 89. 90 miles an hour, but the key to it is the slow stuff, Dave, and as you mentioned, it speeds up, but especially because he throws a lot of them up in the zone.
Strike 3 call. Rich Hill is dealing tonight, folks. 14 in a row retired. He's got a 1-0 lead. tonight, Mike. Good ball game. Gives up 1 run.
Terrific ball game from Jared Washburn. Does a really nice job again tonight. Gives up just the 1 run. It's a fantastic outing for him. The 1 run comes on a sacrifice fly to center field. And he really pitched well again.
On our Dwayne Eddy tribute night, Jared Washburn turns in 7 innings of 6 hit, 1 run ball, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 102 pitches. Boy, since the start of the 05 season, the lowest run support average among American League starters. Unreal. Chris Jakubowskis, who had been in the starting rotation, he's down back in the bullpen. That's how he made this ball club. He was going to be a guy coming out of the pen. And with all the injuries that were suffered, he became a starter. Jakubowskis has a 3-5 record, a 6.45 ERA. Started 8 games. His first hitters: Adam Jones, Markakis, and Huff. 2, 3, and 4 for Baltimore. Bouncing ball, Beltre. No, it's going to be Betancourt. Got rid of it quickly and throws out Adam Jones. This play by Uni, 1 down.
Take a look at it. Adrian does what he can. He tries to cut this off knowing that Jones runs well but can't get to it, so he leaves it up to Betancourt. No problem. Throws him out by a couple of steps.
Jones tonight 1 for 3 with a walk. We'll bring up Nick Markakis. 1 for 3 tonight. Orioles right fielder.
What was that? Lowest run support since when?
So 05. I mean, it's crazy. Look at these numbers.
I'll tell you what, I tip my hat to him because he's handled it well. He's, you know, he never said anything about the offense. He never makes any comments about it, never complains about it. It has to eat at you at some point.
I mean, again, came in with a 3-3 record. Be 5-1 easily.
I think so. There's a 3.4 ERA coming into this game, so that'll go down some more.
Two and 1. High. On deck hitters, Aubrey Huff drove in the only run of the night. Sacrifice fly back in the 6th. And that gets away from Rob Johnson, so a walk issued by Jakubowskis. 1 out here in the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Glad you could join us, everybody. Look at this night here. Still plenty of daylight here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, the FSN crew. Glad to be back home in Seattle. 1 out, runner on. Here's Aubrey Huff to throw over to first. Washburn, with his performance tonight, has taken his ERA from 3.45 to 3.22. Up a run in 7 innings. Beltre takes a look, but that's going to get out of play. Aubrey Huff was with the then Devil Rays. He had a great year last season for these Orioles. Swing, he got a piece of it.
Looked like a good changeup.
0-2. Jakubowskis, an Oklahoma Sooner, former first baseman turned pitcher. Out of the independent league. You're familiar with his story.
Saw a lot of Jakubowski's jerseys down in Anaheim. Met a lot of his family and friends there, so we saw a lot of jerseys down there.
0-2 to Huff. Tough customer here. Johnson wants it up high, and it's hit. Oh, nice play, Brandon. Throws the uni for 1. Back to Brandon. Wow. Yes, sir. A 3-6-3 double play. Nicely done by Russell Branyan, who's made a mark with his bat. But how about this on a 3-6-3? And Unity made it possible for him to get back to
Welcome back to Mariners Baseball on FSN. The Tracer is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
1-0 Orioles, first of 3 here in Safeco Field in Seattle. How about this defense to end the 8th inning, the second DP tonight? Branyan. That's a great play, Mike, and a heck of a throw, too.
And the hardest part is to find first base, and you can see him dig that ball out as his foot slips towards the bag. The hard part was the first part where he makes this nice snag. It looks like it's going to be a base hit, and he throws from his knees. But getting up and scrambling back and keeping your eye on Uni, who's going to throw a seed at you, and find the base and do all at the same time, really nice play.
New pitcher for the Orioles is right-hander Jim Johnson. Rob Johnson is the first hitter. Looks at a strike. It'll be Johnson, Gutierrez, and Ichiro, 8-9-1. Rich Hill, really, as we look at Johnson's numbers, stymied the Mariners here through 7 innings. Fouled off of Rob's foot. That hurt. There are the numbers on Rich Hill. Look at that 2-hit ball. He retired the last 14 men that he faced.
He's kept the guys off balance all night. A lot of slow stuff. A lot of high fastballs. Nothing overpowering, but certainly did the job giving up just the 2 hits.
Well placed. 1 hit in the first. Ichiro, second pitch he saw double to left. The other hit, Betancourt, first pitch he saw in the 3rd. That's been it. Rob really smoked his own toe there in that foul ball.
Don Wakamatsu, Rick Griffin, the trainer, are going to come out, have a conversation with him.
Take another look. Rob trying to gut it out, but oh boy.
Hit off his ankle. Couldn't really tell.
There we go.
Yeah, right off his ankle. Looked like it hit right on the ankle bone, inside ankle bone. It'll swell up nicely for him.
Good chance we'll see Guillermo Quiros. Possibility we could see him make his Safeco 2009 debut. Kenji Jojima be out for another few more weeks. He's got that fractured left toe. It happened in Oakland last week. Rob going to give it a go. He's behind 0-2. Swing and a miss, and you can see it's still ailing him. So Oriole pitching struck out 8 Mariners tonight. Friday, Mariners going to welcome the Twins to town. It's also the 10th annual Collector Train Car Night presented by Pepsi and Fred Meyer. First 20,000 fans take home a 10th anniversary car that celebrates a decade of baseball at Safeco Field. For tickets, visit mariners.com/train. Here's Gutierrez, a walking fly out to left tonight.
Not very often in the course of the game you look back to the first inning, but how huge is it now when Ichiro was at third with nobody out, not getting him in? Certainly wouldn't have guessed it in the 8th inning coming around that would be the difference in the game, but right now it's pretty huge.
Oh my goodness. Double to left. There's Mark Lowe. He's prepared to come in. John Wetland on your left. One out, 1-1 here to Gutierrez. Breaking ball and a good one. Called strike. Mariners are glad the month of May is over. A record of 11-18. Ball and 2 strikes. Gutierrez is gone. Back-to-back strikeouts. Back to Ichiro, top of the order. He extended the hitting streak, ties his club record 25. Mike, the big play here. It scoots by Reimold, and then he noticed that the shortstop and second baseman were out in the cutoff formation. Nobody guarding second base.
Not just that, but he was already at second base when Reimold throwing it to second. That's why he really took off. And you're right, the shortstop was over being the cutoff man to third. So he scampers in third base easily.
And first baseman Aubrey Huff, a lot of times you'll see that first baseman trail the runner going down the second. Well, he was maybe a halfway. He was nowhere near close to being able to make a play. 1-0 to Ichiro. Let's see if he dials up the long ball here. 1-1. Ichiro with 5 home runs. He got number 5 yesterday in the 6th inning in Anaheim. Left field, Reimold has it under control, and the Mariners are gone. So now Johnson picking up where Hill left off. That's 17 consecutive hitters retired as we go to the 9th inning here at Safeco. Salute to Latin American Baseball Day. We're going to honor many of the great contributions that Latin Americans have made in baseball, and the Mariners will wear special Marineros uniforms. Pre-game festivities begin at 12:30, including a first pitch by Edgar Martinez. So visit mariners.com for tickets. Great to see Gar out here. Safeco Field on Saturday. Here's Melvin Mora. Be followed by Luke Scott and Matt Wieters, 5, 6, and 7 for Baltimore. And George Sherrill, the former Mariner. Austin P. State University at Tennessee, one of the governors. He is the closer for the Orioles. 10 saves on the season. 2-1 tomorrow. Fly ball right field for Ichiro. One down. Join us tomorrow. Game 2 of this 3-game set with the Orioles. First time we're going to see Eric Bedard take the mound against his former club. Live coverage from Safeco Field comes your way at 6:30 p.m. right here on FSN and FSN HD. So David Hernandez in his first start with the Orioles, coming off a strong performance. There's a breaking ball from Jakubowskis to Luke Scott, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Ball and a strike. Scott came over from Houston a year and a half ago. 1-2. Looking ahead to the Mariners' ninth, they'll have 2-3-4. Betancourt, Sweeney. Betancourt, Beltran, Sweeney. There's George. He'll be coming in momentarily. 1-2. That misses. Jakubowskis' first appearance since they're taken out of the starting rotation. 2-2. Strike 3 call. 2 down here in the ninth. Jakubowskis, his second inning of work. And got out of his first inning, the eighth, on a beautiful 3-6-3 double play. Brandon to Betancourt, back to Brandon. Here's Matt Wieters, 0 for 3. Switch hitting catcher. Jakubowskis working quickly. Wieters hit .305 with 5 home runs and 30 RBIs in 39 games at tiebreak. Breaking ball there, snapped off by Jakubowskis. 1-2. Baseball America's Player of the Year last year, #1 prospect in Major League Baseball. Matt Wieters, the pitch, fouled off.
Chris did a nice job and mixes his pitches up this inning. He's some change-ups, pretty good breaking ball, tied him up with a fastball right there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner.
The 1-2 to Wieters. Tied him up, fouled it off.
Remember early in the year he would just come in, just throw a lot of fastballs. Starting to mix things up a little bit more now.
John Wakamatsu pretty happy with that approach. Strike 3 call. Jakubowskis, 2 outstanding innings. The 8th and the 9th, aided by a double play. Last inning, 2 strikeouts here in the 9th. Got to go to work here. Last 3 outs. You got Betancourt. At 5:30, Northwest Top 10 counts down the greatest Mariner commercials of all time. It's followed by the latest edition of Mariners All Access, featuring an in-depth interview with pitcher Mark Lowe. And at 6:30, Mariners Live pregame, where you'll get ready for Game 2 of this series with the Orioles as Eric Bedard gets to take the mound against his former team. That's all tomorrow, right here on FSN and FSN HD. Well, how about this? In Safeco Field again on the mound, this time against his former teammates, George Sherrill. And he'll face 2, 3, 4 in the order. Betancourt, Beltre, and Sweeney. George 10 out of 12 this year. Opponents hitting .228.
He has given up 3 home runs. George will throw a lot of fastballs. Typically, he'll throw them away. Try to bury his breaking ball.
His last few appearances, as we do our Nissan shift to the bullpen, and George Sherrill, he's been a lot more effective throwing a higher volume of first pitch strikes after going through a little rough stage there. And he's now back in the closer's role. He knows Uni. Uni knows him. First pitch. Down low, ball 1. Betancourt tonight 1 for 3. The base hit in the 3rd inning. Outstanding pitching by Baltimore this evening. 2-0. Rich Hill went 7 innings. 2 hit shutout ball. Jim Johnson pitched the 8th. Struck out 2. And there are the numbers on George. 2-0 to Uni. 3-0. And you get Beltre, who's looking to put a good at bat together. He struck out on a pitch above his head, fouled out to the first baseman, and got caught looking. You can understand it if George a little fired up tonight, going against a team that dealt him to Baltimore. 3-1.
Well, he was perfect against the Mariners last year. With Betancourt trying to walk to first base. Looking at that pitch might have been a little bit high out of the zone.
Todd Titchener is the home plate umpire. Mariners with just 2 hits tonight. The 3-1. Strike 2 by Sherrill, so he's right back now. A full count to Betancourt.
I like that from Uni. When he was taking that 3-1 pitch the whole way, trying to find a way to get on first base.
Here's a 3-2. Backing up Adam Jones, cruising back, no problem, 1 out. The Mariners last year 2-4 here in Seattle against these Orioles. 0-4 in Baltimore. It's the first road trip last year. Mariners will see Baltimore next week. Beginning Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the Orioles will be back here in July. Beltre looks at a strike. George came out of the independent leagues and himself into a quality setup guy and now quality closer.
It's the first breaking ball that he's tried to throw. Just kind of spun out of his hand, didn't do anything.
Beltre looking for a ball he can drive. This one to center field. Jones 2 down. That's 19 consecutive Mariners retired by Baltimore pitcher.
Let's see if Mike Sweeney can get a fastball out over the plate somewhere. He has a couple of home runs on the year.
Boy, oh boy, last base runner, it's 3rd inning, Betancourt single. How about that? 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, in a 1-run game. Fouled off by Mike Sweeney. Sweeney 0 for 1 career against George Sherrill. George, born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Went over to Baltimore February of '08. with Adam Jones, Chris Tillman, Cam Nicolio, Tony Butler for Eric Bedard. See Bedard tomorrow night. The 0-1. Fly ball, right field. Long run Markakis, but he's got it, and that is the ball game. A 1-0 Baltimore Oriole win as they retire the last 20 Mariners to come to the plate. They get it done in a very tidy